You know, I was so excited when I came to Seattle to realize that there were groups of people that gather under the Palestine banner and to speak about Palestine and all of that. So it's a bit of a diversion, but I'll get back to the question. So I attended and I wore my kufiya and I was really, really excited. And then some lady stood up and she spoke about how the occupation is hurting Israelis and how Israeli soldiers have been treated with all sorts of psychological problems because of the occupation, and how Israeli society is being destabilized because of the occupation. And the thing that struck me, like, my gosh, are they going to say anything about the Palestinians? You see? And it's always skewed that way. Our sensibilities are hurt, and our feelings are disturbed, and we get all, very picky when it comes to freedom of this or freedom of that, when we feel that it's the Israelis who are paying a price or could potentially pay a price or get hurt or damaged somehow. As far as the Palestinian education system, just look at the reality of the educational system in Palestine. Can we actually call it educational infrastructure? Do we actually have? We have refugee schools dotting the West Bank and Gaza, barely funded. UNRWA is constantly running out of money, and every year there's a rumor that UNRWA is going to run out of money, which means that there is no education. You have no access in the West Bank. You have hundreds of checkpoints. Students don't have access to their schools. Teachers, if the students make it, the teacher might not. If the teacher makes it, the student might not. I was a student at Birzeit University for several years. All I had to show are a few credits that don't even add to 1 year. Why? Because we are always on the run. In fact, in Birzeit, because we are from Gaza, we had to have several permits in order for us to get from Gaza to the West Bank. The red ID card, and the magnetic card, and the green card, and then another card that would help you get from just 8 hours to basically get from Gaza to the West Bank. But the moment you get there, you're illegal. It's actually designed to be that way. So when Israel wants to arrest someone, they have a legal justification to do so. So right before the exams, for example, the arrest campaigns start. And so that's why we always run to the mountains and try to hide until next day. But how these people, these self-righteous people who come and talk about the freedom, academic freedom, and so, where were they when all of this was happening? Where were they for the last 62 years? How come they did not stand in solidarity with Palestinians who are constantly suffering? How come they did not say anything about my UNRWA school that was dotted with bullet holes all around and on the roof? How come they did not say anything about this? The fact that we did not have running water in school. The fact that if you, as a Palestinian child, during my time in Gaza, color a Palestinian flag, if you are over the age of 10, you are taken to jail for about 3 months. If you are under 10, one of your parents will be taken to jail, or you have to pay a very heavy fine. Where were they then? Why do they only appear with this amazing terminology and academic freedom and all of that gets you all teary and excited, only when it's Israel that's being demanded to do something or to change its course of action? I personally don't think this is a moral argument at all. I think it's just an escape strategy. It's just a way to say, no, I am not going to do this, but I cannot kind of just come and abruptly say it. I have to find some sort of a way to manipulate the words and provide this sort of a moral argument. So you have a moral argument, I have a moral argument, we strike a tie, it's the end of the story. But it's really not about academic freedom at all. Because if they have any idea, if they are truly interested to learn, they can easily learn about how Israeli academia has contributed and sustained the Israeli occupation, from the way that people are tortured to the way that the settlements are built. There's not one. I challenge anyone to come up with one Israeli academic institution that would say we contributed nothing to this occupation apparatus. We are innocent. We have done nothing. You do that, and there is no need for boycott, academic boycott. But you're not going to find one. Not one.